Hey guys, welcome back. This is Storm and this is episode 122 of my single player Tiveden world. Hope you guys are going awesomely well. So at the start of this episode I was doing a bit of fishing and I was wondering about the new update, the Aquatic update in 1.14 that's coming out in the new year, I believe. And I wonder what's going to happen to fishing. This is something I've got many questions about because fishing rods, right? I mean, will they still be needed? I hear you can scoop up fish in a bucket, so does that mean you can just catch fish by your bare hands now, or can you punch them, all that kind of stuff? So I don't know, it'd be interesting to see how that gets implemented into the game, and will you need different spawning conditions for the fish? Like this area here, is this deep enough for a fish? Could it survive in there? I don't know, all these different questions. So I am really looking forward to that update. I think it's great that we're getting some underwater content, and I'll probably have to travel quite far to get that content, given my world here is pretty well explored, but that's alright. I won't be putting coral and everything everywhere, but, you know, some kind of fish tank design, I'm sure we could come up with something. So I'm going to start off the episode by coming down this end of this path, and I think this area right here is going to be a perfect spot for a gazebo. So I'm not sure if this is a common structure or even word, depending on where you're from, but for me, I know what a gazebo is. It's some kind of shelter thing where you can come out and enjoy the gardens and the surroundings. It's not quite a square little structure, it's kind of like a octagon, or it's got many sides to it, but I think we can adapt and try and create something in Minecraft. So what I'm thinking of doing is creating like a little walk so you can step up into this structure. This is going to be a nice place to just chill out, relax, enjoy the scenery, escape the creepers, etc. So what I'm going to do is just make it reasonably wide. So let's go put some of these slabs on the sides, give it a nice decent look, and let's go on a little diagonal like that. So it's not exactly square, but it's going to have a nice shape to it, I think. We'll go 3 here, let's put down another oak wood and something like this. So I think this would be a nice little pattern. Get rid of that torch. What do we think? It's going to be, yeah, decent size, I guess. But that's right, I need to fill out this area with something, so why not build a gazebo? So what I'm going to do for the floor, let's just put down some of these spruce slabs. And for the sides, what I'll probably do is put down some fences. What fences did I bring over? I think I've got oak fences on me. So yeah, maybe, in fact, why don't we put down some oak woods like that? Be okay, and let's go up here one more. Then we'll just put down these fences, and then for the actual walls, I'll try and make them open. This gazebo is traditionally they're kind of like a tent, where basically you have open walls. So what I'll probably do is use fences, something like this. Maybe go up 3 blocks, if I can place it, something like that. So if I repeat this around all sides, and then we basically just need to put a roof on, and that's about it. It's a pretty simple kind of design, and it should look quite nice here, I think. So for the roof design, what I'm thinking of doing is putting down another oak wood block. So let's just jump up here. So let's put down one like that. Let's do one over here as well. And we'll put down some spruce wood in between like that. So let's get up here. Whoa! Damn it. Overshot. Okay, let's come up here. One more. There we go. So let's now get up there. And so let's do this. Let's just run around and, yeah, should we keep the same? Why not? Let's keep the same block type. Make it easy. So I did use oak along the other sides here, but might change that to spruce or leave it like that. Sometimes just having a little bit of variation, even if it doesn't quite look right, can be a good thing. So let's see if can I reach that one? Oh, I can reach that. Nice. Let's put that down. And now for the roof, I might make it overhang a little bit. So let's think how we're going to do that. So I'll probably have to have, oh, good thing I had enough space out the back here. So if we did something like this, so this can be the overhang. And one there. Let's do the same. Oh, there's a nice fit on this side as well. So let's put down these. Then I need to have these ones here. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in a bit of fence. Let's try this out with fences. Fences or stairs? I think I meant stairs. Alright, let's just try this out. Let's see, I certainly don't have enough on me, but that's right. Let's see if we can get the general gist here. So something like that, and then this will bend around here. Then this one will go this way. And then for the corners, we could probably even put a stair in here, and that will blend in okay. Yep, so something like that. See if we can do the same over here. We can, nice. And then what we can do is go up another slab. Whoops, don't need that slab down there. Or that one. So if I were to put some slabs along here, so it'll be something like this. And then what we can do is have another stair design. So good thing about doing it like this, in fact, is that what I want? I think that's what I want. Let's just put down, need like a support block. Let's just do this for now. Let's just do it this way. Let's cheat a little bit. Let's come down here to like this, and then we'll put down some stairs. So one way about, when I do it like this is that we should have no problems with mobs spawning up here, because this is on the top part of the block. Mobs won't spawn on the stairs. Top part of the block, mobs won't spawn on the stairs, etc. Then I'll just have a slab right in the middle. So this should turn out okay, and all I really need to do is just craft myself some extra blocks and then complete the roof. So the roof is done, and I think this looks quite nice. If I come out from a distance and take a look, I think that blends in quite nicely. This overhang is a little bit protruding on that side when you look at it from the front, but from a diagonal it looks okay. So I think I'll live with it. I think it's okay. And now I was thinking, how can we add a bit more detail? How do we dance this up? How do we spice this thing up to make it look a little bit more groovy still? So what I think we could do, if I were to replace these oak wood blocks with these ones from the side, so let's see what this looks like. Something like that. Then something that I don't really do at all is use buttons as decoration, so that could look okay. So let's just do it on this side as well. See what this looks like. So grab our blocks here and there, and button, something like that. I could do the same on the back. Something, it just starts to add a little bit more detail. Now I wanted to add a bench or a chair in here. Now a problem with the damn fences now is how they connect like this, so that is really frustrating, because otherwise we could have had like a nice big bay kind of bed in here or some kind of lounge chair, but that's not going to work, so I'm going to have to bring these in a block. So if we were to put down maybe a row like this, now I was going to think of using, if I get rid of these, and if I were to put down, I did bring down some pistons, so let's grab our pistons, and I need some levers or something in here. So I wanted to get some light in here as well, so because if I have pistons, this is where I need to have the height of the pistons, so let's get rid of these blocks now. Now I need to get light in here as well, so light does travel through a piston, so what we could do is be a little bit fancy and use some redstone lamps. Let's see if I can just grab all my required things in my hotbar here. So something like this. Get rid of a couple of blocks. And what we could do, put down the lamps like that, and then let's see, can I craft something? Do I have... Yeah, I've got enough. Let's do this. Oh, I do have cobblestone, nice. So let's do this. Let's just grab ourselves a little bit of supplies, there we go. And all I need to do, if we can get down here, that should power all the pistons and send light through this area. Let's get rid of these blocks. In fact, why not? Let's put down grass. Why not? So let's do that, and then what I need to do here, I need to put down the slabs. Where are they? Here they go. Let's put these down on this side. It's a slab as well, and then this should look okay from the side like that. Now I could normally put light directly underneath these stairs, but you'll see this small little gap here where you can see the spruce wood. That would be showing if I did that, so that's why I put the light directly underneath the piston. That will make the area look okay. Now I did bring over some trapdoors as well. These can be like the sides to the chairs. Something like this. I think we're pretty much done. I did also bring over some cakes because let's make a decent picnic out of this maybe. So something like that. Let's put that there. Yeah, I think that's okay. And I also did bring over some of the flower pots. So let's put down one of these in each corner. And because this is fancy, we might as well go all out and use jungle saplings. So put these here. And since I had mentioned it, why not put in the fence gates for the sides? So now I think we're done. All the sides are the same. I think it looks nice and elegant. In fact, do stairs connect to this? Ooh, this makes me wonder. Is this an alternative? Where's the stair? Here we go. And, ooh, it doesn't. That's something to keep in mind. Maybe I could do something with that with a different build. But I think we're done. So something else that was released recently, and I've posted a video on my channel about it, was now that we have the new resource pack, or the texture pack, available for testing. And if you haven't seen that, I did go around my world here showing you guys what the new textures look like using my setup. So it is interesting. Let's just switch it on and I'll show you guys what this currently looks like in my real world here. So when I did it before, I was just doing it on a copy of this world, but this is what it looks like. So let's see if you can notice. Let's look at this current build that we did. Looks interesting. So this looks far more prominent than it did before, and the wood texture like this makes it look different. I won't say worse or better, but just different. And the wood definitely has a plasticky kind of look to it, so I hope that does change. It is a little bit strange at the moment, but I thought I'd just wander around these areas and just show you guys what it looks like with the new textures. So this is not out yet. It's going to come out as official new texture updates probably sometime in the new year. Not sure if it will be before or after the 1.14 update. But if you take a look, things are different, like the leaf blocks are different. The wheat is definitely different, and that's both good and bad. So this area here, for example, kind of looks bad, I think, with the wheat texture like that. So I kind of need to replace that with a different block. But I'm not sure what block I would use, like what kind of farm. I do like having some kind of plant that's around here. But the other plants, the other crops don't quite look okay, so I'm scratching my head for that one. I wish there would be another similar kind of coloured farm or a crop that's available to us like we had the original wheat texture. Just because I think that was a nice kind of look that could go with a whole lot of different other blocks. So dirt combinations, cobble, stone, even wood. I think it was a nice versatile colour that the wheat was before, and that's why I use it in tunnels and different designs. But yeah, we'll have to see what we can do. But as you can see, these other blocks or other textures, like the ferns here, kind of look a little strange to me. not super bad, but just strange. I think they're overly simplified. I like the previous texture probably better. Like, look at these glowstone lamps. These, yeah, don't really like those. And rails, everything, like, it kind of looks a little bit more polished. Things are just some of the, I don't know, just some of the different variation of the blocks, like some of the, well, it kind of looks dirtier. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it. It's kind of been washed away. It looks a little bit cleaner every block, I think. So everything looks a little bit bolder, looks a little bit more polished, which is both good and bad, but it certainly makes existing builds interesting to work with. Let's just go down here and check this area out. See what this looks like. So yeah, it looks interesting. The glass has obviously changed. Not super fan of that just yet. I think there will be further changes. The yeah, the rails or the ladders are also different. Glowstone is different. Just a lot of things are different. It certainly will take a lot to get used to, I think. It's just so much of a change for me, who've played on the same texture, the default textures, pretty much forever. I haven't really played around with texture packs or resource packs. It's going to take a bit of an adjustment, I think, but if it's the new default, if this is what everyone will get on the Java edition, then I'll probably switch over to it as well. It may be an optional texture pack to apply, or it may not be. I think eventually, if it is going to be an official change of textures, it will, the old textures will probably be unsupported at some point, so probably have to go with the times and change with them and start using the new textures. I'm just walking around taking a look, so these kind of color changes are probably better. So there are some positives. There are some negatives, but yeah, so look at this, wheat. Ugh, I don't like it in that setup. And some of the crops also look a bit weird. Look at this, a bit wavy, pumpkin design. Kind of looks a little strange. Mushrooms are also different. Brown ones are okay, the red ones, I wish these weren't as bright. Something, at least even if the stalk maybe wasn't as bright. Some little changes like that I think are needed. And wow, you can really see through this leaf block now. So I'd have to change out some of these kind of hidden lighting designs to make these not look as weird as they are. Look at the melons. The melons are also quite different with the green. They are very green. Yeah, not sure if I'm fully on board with that just yet, but what else is there? Let's take a look at the crops, because these are quite different as well. So these certainly look like they've gone downwards in the detail. So we've got the carrots, got the potatoes, and look how high these are. These go up quite high. Looks a little strange. Looks like some kind of hairdo kind of thing. Reminds me of Marge Simpson, with the hairdo goes up in a big fro kind of thing. Yeah, that's what this reminds me of. Not sure if that's a good thing. And what do we got here? This is our wheat that's growing in the different stages. Beetroot. Yeah, I wish this red here was just toned down a little bit. I don't know, I kind of feel like we've lost some things there. And then in other areas it's okay, and then some others, I think it needs some work. Let's take a look at these flowers. Some of these are different as well. I don't mind this one. I think that looks okay. I don't think the sunflower has changed much. Let's look at the saplings. What do you think? This is the oak sapling. Looks like a porcupine looking thing at the moment. I don't know, it just looks like a bowl, like a sphere. Yeah, just little things have changed, and as I walk around you might be able to see different things stand out that you think are good or bad. Like furnaces. And wow, look at that, the texture change means I can now see the crafting table underneath. Ugh, don't like that. So all the different techniques that we've been using to hide things or blend things, a lot of that was going to have to be revisited. Like, for example, down in here, like, I mean, that probably isn't too bad, that color combination, but I preferred the old texture, the overall just look, the aesthetic side of it, let alone the functional side of it. And cobble is all different, so there is quite a few things we're going to have to get used to, and if it is the default, then we'll just have to suck it up and get used to it, I think. So what do you think, Sheep, of the new textures? Do you like it or you hate it? Got anything to say? Oh, okay. So yeah, looking over here, looking at the leaf blocks at a little bit more larger scale, definitely needs some work, I think. Look at the vines. They are too uniform, too the same. I think that needs a little bit more variation. And look how well this blends in now, the melon with the jungle looking grass. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just going to show you guys what this currently looks like. Things will change, I'm sure of it, before it's fully released in its final version. Also want to show you guys this area. So this is probably on a larger scale where the wheat change looks probably better, perhaps, maybe. You guys can be the judge, looking at the the new wood slabs here as well, mixed in with it for this pathway. I don't know, it's different. Looks, yeah, just different. That's just best way to describe it, I think. And just coming out towards here, I thought I'd show you guys the changes I made out here, because I have made a few more modifications to this flour mill area. So let's just come up here. You can probably see that I have put down some more decorations around this area, like a path that goes up this way, and then on the inside I have worked on the interior. So this is the interior, and I'm pretty happy the way it's turned out. Not probably with the textures. Anyway, so this is what the new textures look like. If I take these textures off and maybe show you guys what this area looks... Whoops, I didn't hit the magic button. There we go, done. Okay, is it going to remove? There we go. Alright, so this is what it's supposed to look like. This is the way I currently have it looking like, and I think this is alright. So upstairs is kind of like, this is like a metal-y kind of shop, metallurgy, I'm not sure what they call it. Kind of not really a blacksmith, but this is where we can come up and smelt some minerals and whatnot, some goodies, and craft ourselves some armor and whatnot. So the idea is that this mill design can both do a couple of things. So one is it could crush down and some rocks to find the unique ores within them. Then we can bring them up in a minecart and then offload them into these furnaces, smelt them up, and then craft different things. So that's one idea that I had. Then downstairs, what I have is the same kind of setup. I don't think much has changed. I don't think this was here before when I showed you guys. So this rail setup just basically means we can move different things around. So I can move this minecart all the way around here and send it upstairs through this pathway, and then it can come back down and go back into its resting spot. So yeah, so this kind of area, this is where we could also crush different wheat, make flour and all that kind of goodies. So I've been collecting some of the wheat and crafting some hay bales out of this as well. And then you could also switch this out and basically crush minerals and rocks and all that fun stuff. So that was the idea behind this. So I think this area looks alright. I did put a fair bit of time into the detailing here. I think it's okay. So upstairs we have some more hay bale storage, and I've also got some hay bale storage hidden up in here as well. I think that's a nice little touch. Got a sneaky little ladder design to get up there, and I've got a sleeping quarters up here, so you can get to it through the same way. Just come up here, then we've got our sleeping arrangement. Sit out here on the deck, enjoy the sunset or sunrise, depending which way you look. And I think that's alright. See, look at the wheat from here. I don't know, it's just going to take me a while to adjust, I think. But yeah, it's definitely different. And I have been working on this path to go up towards these towers, so there is a creeper over there, but if we try and be sneaky and efficient about this, hopefully we can avoid him. So we can just follow up this path here, and then it comes up into the mountain. And then I've got bending around, then it kind of goes down this way. Now I haven't really fully finished it just yet, this is kind of where it ends. I think that's not too bad, because it comes here and you think, well, now where? But then if you look up, you can see there are towers, so you could probably climb the mountain yourself to get up there. But I also do have a little sneaky entranceway which I've been working on into this tower. It's hidden nicely behind this large tree, but you can come up the back here, go in through... Oh, this vine has grown, so I can't even open it. Okay. Maybe it's because... Oh, what do I have to get rid of? I might have to get rid of... Is it this vine? Is it because of this? No? Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, that's a nice little trap, I guess, where the vine can make it look like you can't open that door. But yeah, you can come up through here, and this will sneak your way in, and then you're into this tower. And I like this because when you just at a glance, it kind of looks like normal wall pattern there. And even when you're on the side here, it's not that noticeable. It is a little bit darker down there, so you could easily miss it. But it is a nice little concealed way to get into this tower. I did remove the actual door up the top area, so this is the only way you can get in without breaking things. So a nice little touch, I think. But if we come down here, and I'll just show you guys just quickly, I'll do a little bit of a flyover because I did put down some wheat and things around this area. So this is a little bit more decorative. Got some wheat around the sides, a couple of strategic looking torch placements as well. But yeah, I think this area looks good. And if the textures do change for wheat, then we'll just have to deal with it. But I think this area looks okay now. Pretty happy with it. I don't think I'm going to put too much detail more into this here, otherwise I'll just overwork it. Particularly if the textures are going to change, I don't want to do more work that I'm going to have to change in the future. So for now, I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, I think it came out alright. So I know the video's been going on a little bit, but I do want to do a little bit more building. I've been doing a lot of talking. This building here, I talked about wanting to make some more changes, and I think we are ready to do those. So I want to just go up here and take a look from up the top, because I think one thing I do want to do is raise the height of these little towers, these top sections. The more I look at it, the more I think this needs to be raised up. Maybe 1 block, maybe even 2 more blocks. I don't know, it just looks a little bit squished. Don't you think it looks like a little bit low? It looks like it should be a bit higher. Now, I do know that's going to cause some challenges with lighting, because one reason why I have it so low is because I've got in here a sea lantern, which helps light up the blocks down here so we don't get mobs spawning. So I'll have to think about that, but let's see if I can sneak my way out here. Come on. Alright, fine. I'm going to tear this down anyway, so let's go with brute force. So yeah, I think I'm going to raise this upper block, maybe even 2. So I'm going to do that, and probably keep the same design. So I'm just going to raise it up and then we'll take a look and see if it looks better. So what do we think? I've raised this up one extra block and I think it looks a lot more roomier upstairs now. Just need to double check that the light levels are okay. They probably aren't, but let's take a look. Get as low as 9, do we? Okay, let's try on the sides. Whoops, we got to 7. Where's that? Oh, that's fine. As long as it's on this block. So when it's on a partial block like here, mobs still won't spawn. So I think we're good. We're still going to hit a minimum of light level 8. So that's definitely all we need. And if you compare it against this previous height, definitely like this one better. I think it just looks a little bit more roomier, and this one just looks a little bit more cramped. And I think if we look from beneath, it's also going to look a little bit nicer. It's probably going to match in height as well. So these are 3 pillars here, and we've got the 3 pillars here. So I think that's an overall better look. Now for the middle section, I am thinking of raising that somehow, like increasing the height. We have to get a little bit more of a distance, I think, to see it. Of course, there's a tree in the way. How can I see this thing? Maybe we go up this side. Are you going, cows? In fact, let's go out by this wheat crop out here. And we should be able to see it from down this other end of the path, maybe. Okay, so here, because this is going to be raised up an extra block, I think this middle section should also be raised a little bit. So I've got a few ideas for that. I'm going to, yeah, just maybe try a couple of things. So I'm not finished, but you can get a feel for maybe what this top section could look like. So I've added this layer here and this layer here, then we've got the fire on top. So it kind of looks a bit strange because I haven't completed all sides. I've only done this side and this other side next to it. So a little bit more trial and error needed, I think, to make this look okay. Might even need to make this bit here a little bit taller as well. So I probably will experiment with that, and here you can actually see the different tower heights quite easily. So this is this height that's new, and I think that will look quite good when we add that to all corners. And for this main section, yeah, maybe I'll go up a little bit higher yet. But anyway, wanted to show you guys a little bit of the building process for some ideas that I had for this particular building. So I'm going to call it quits for this episode. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a safe Christmas and New Year's if you're coming up to that. I know this episode is a little bit late and it is getting close to Christmas, so yep, have a great one. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.